Live Life in Overdrive began as a road trip experience where we at Overdrive wanted our readers and viewers who watch our show on CNBC TV 18, who read the magazine, our website, we wanted them to come along with us and experience what content creation was all about. The satisfaction of creating that content was often far more rewarding to us than actually seeing it on TV or reading it in the magazine. That's how in 2013 we began with the Independence Quattro drive, and we were fortunate enough for Audi to partner us in this experience. In 2013 we set off from Chandigarh and we reached the highest motorable road in the world, Marsi Mikla. That is where we first hoisted the Indian national flag on 15th August, our Independence Day. Then in 2014 we came to Pangyong Lake, a high altitude lake, one of the largest in the world, one of the largest saltwater lakes in the world. An absolutely stunning backdrop for celebrating India's Independence Day again. In 2015, we celebrated India's Independence Day by hoisting the national flag at Rizangla near the War Memorial in Chushul. This was nearly at the border we share with China. An epic moment. And now in 2016, we've taken epicness to a whole new level. We've driven up all the way to the Siachen base camp, and we will celebrate India's Independence Day by hoisting the national flag at the snout of the Siachen Glacier, the highest battlefield in the world. It doesn't get any bigger than this. The road from Leh to the Nubra Valley is open throughout the year. That's because this massive valley, which has the confluence of the Nubra and the Shyok rivers, shares its borders with China and Pakistan. So in addition to its beauty, Nubra is also of strategic importance to India. The Leh-Nubra highway thus is also one of the better maintained roads, except for the drive across one of the highest motorable roads in the world, the Khardungla. The drive from Leh to the Nubra Valley is short. The 120 odd kilometers take around 5 hours at a leisurely pace. And once in the valley, the landscape is spectacular enough to slow you down a bit more. It's hard to believe that our drive to the Siachen base camp begins from here. Temperatures in the summertime are a pleasant 20-25 degrees because the mean altitude is around 10,000 feet above sea level. But in winters, temperatures here in the Nubra Valley can drop down to 40 below zero.
I've been to many spots around the world, including the Grand Canyon, but I have to say what this place has to offer, I have never seen anywhere. Because from one turn to the other, or from you turn a corner and you're seeing something completely different. And the starkness of the mountains with the backdrop of this blue sky is something you never get to see anywhere. So it is beautiful.
I came to know about the OVERDRIVE Independence Drive through the OVERDRIVE magazine, and it was one of my life ambition to come to Leh, and it was like I want to drive all from Kerala to Leh, but that didn't happen. But I got chance to drive from Chandigarh to Leh, and that was a wonderful experience with these OVERDRIVE guys and other team members with me. I know the roads are very bad over here, so I was prepared for this, and Audi helped me a lot to get over to the terrain and to Leh.
I'm extremely glad that I got an opportunity to be here. Being in Bombay, you don't get to enjoy the kind of moments that you get in a place like Ladakh. Driving here and seeing the nature around you. So I'm extremely excited and happy to be here.
Honestly, as a regular Delhiite, I mean, I've never been to a terrain like this. It's one of my dreams that I should drive from Delhi to Leh, and being here with OVERDRIVE has given me a perfect chance. And especially the main event, which is hoisting flag and saluting our war heroes, is the perfect thing to do.
When you're driving through Ladakh, you want some amount of security, since this remote and often desolate region can get quite challenging. One thing everyone must add to their checklist is tires. without a good set of tires, Ladakh could be punishing to even the most daring travelers. Do not head out on a road trip without making sure your tires are in perfect condition for that matter. Now, check that the air pressure is right. Check that there's enough tread depth. And for that, you can simply do the coin experiment. Overall, check and look, have a visual look at the tire, that there are no cracks, there is nothing protruding into them, that the tire looks reasonably in sound condition. In a region, in an environment like Ladakh especially, you need tires that are tough, you need tires that will withstand the number of shocks that they go through over these bad roads. There are countless potholes, rocks, pebbles, water crossings, hard tarmac, broken tarmac, dirt roads and whatnot. And to withstand all of this, you need a good set of tires at the end of the day, and that is what will keep you going. So make sure, well, you carry an additional spare if you can to the spare that you already have or that the manufacturer already provides you with, and make sure and check that all your tires are in the right condition.
I was really impressed with the way the cars handle, the roll of the cars, the grip on of the cars, the performance on the inclination or even on the descent. Great on the turns, on the really tight roads. Even the Q7, phenomenal comfort, phenomenal power. Q5, very able, very nippy. Q3, excellent because it's small, it's great around corners, it gives you a lot of confidence on the narrow roads, gives you that extra 1 inch of confidence on the edges. The terrain was stupendous, I would say. It was phenomenal, jaw-dropping.
मैंने पहले कभी ऑडी नहीं चलाई थी और दूसरी काफ़ी कार्स चलाई हैं, बट इनको ड्राइव करने के बाद में बहुत टफ जितने टेरेंस हैं उसमें चलाने के बाद में बहुत अच्छा महसूस हुआ और काफ़ी अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस हुआ गाड़ी चलाने के लिए इन सब टेरेंस में.
I have been driving all through in South India and I have been doing the hills of Ooty and Kodaikanal. The first time I am driving to Leh, and I find it to be, one of first time I am experiencing this kind of terrain where you have very short turns and very narrow roads, and you need to park and give space to the other vehicles coming, and you are on the edge of the mountain. It is a really thrilling experience. And I was driving the Audi car, and I found the Q3 to be the most responsive on the hills.
The Nubra Valley has several places of interest thanks to its unique topography. You have the Hundar and the Sumur sand dunes where the Bactrian camels can be found. You have the fertile grasslands, and you have the two rivers Nubra and Siachen running through this valley. You have the hot springs of Panamic, and Nubra is home to the Karakoram and the Ladakh range of mountains. It also houses several glaciers as well, including the famous Siachen glacier, where we are eventually headed to hoist the Indian national flag. Today, we've got a very, very special guest with us on this drive as well. Joe King. Joe, thank you for being with us out here. Joe, as you know, heads Audi India. Joe, is this what the Quattro lifestyle is all about? Is this what you're expecting?
It really is. I've got to say, this has been an experience of my life so far. It's been truly sensational. We had a wonderful day today, good day yesterday, wonderful day today, and I'm really looking forward to the next few days as well.
And Ladakh, this is the first time you're making your way up, all this way up to the north, the borders with Pakistan and China. Tomorrow is going to be another big day for all of us. What do you think about this whole landscape? What do you think about this experience otherwise?
It's beyond what I expected, I've got to say. The last 3 years I've wanted to join, and it's great that I could make it this time, and I'm for sure I'll be back next year. It's just phenomenal landscape, and every pass you go over, it's a totally new landscape, and it's something everyone should experience. So that's right. I think this is an opportunity that a lot more people should actually absolutely experience, come down, probably drive. And now that, the Delhi market is far more open to the Supreme Court's taken away. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
are you happy with that decision?
Yeah, look, I think it was one of the real frustrations. My heart goes out to a lot of our employees in the dealership who have lost their jobs during tough times for the industry in Delhi. And I think a long-term perspective is what we're all after, and I think this is at least a step in the right direction, and hopefully we get some long-term clarity as well.
So living life in overdrive, you know, this is the editorial part of things. You're on my team right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
creating a story. How's that for you?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see behind the scenes. I mean, we do a lot together, and I think I only see the glitzy part maybe. It's great. A lot of work goes into it. You've got a great team working here, and congratulations to put this together. I think there's some great customers along, some wonderful participants, and I think it's a great tribute to
I
you
think
and
they're
the
having a
team.
fantastic time driving
Absolutely.
the SUVs as well out here, and we've done this for the last this is the 4th year, of course, the Live Life in Overdrive experience, the Audi Independence Quattro Drive. I think we had a wonderful time so far with the cars, and we're looking forward to lots more. You know, there was one very interesting question. I think a lot of the readers and participants who are on this drive want to know what's next for them from Audi in the SUV department. Everyone seems to be very excited, and I've driven one of them. I've driven the newest one that's probably coming down very soon, isn't it? We've got the Q2 headed our way.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic car, and I think, you know, India is the land of Quattro, I think, and this region really shows it. One thing I would say is that the landscape is so spectacular, you lose focus on how good the cars are. They just seem to go, and you can really enjoy the landscape. I think it's really a great experience and something everyone should do.
I do believe it's essential in this terrain as well to have that level of comfort, because as you very well know, it is challenging, it's tough, the roads aren't really great all over the place, and at the end of the day you still want to reach your destination in relative comfort and, you know, with that peace of mind.
Yeah, look, we spent a long time behind the wheel, and a mixture of terrains. We had some wonderful roads, some of the best roads I think you'd experience anywhere in the world, and some of the rougher terrain, and yeah, it's nice to go through in comfort, I've got to say.
So you do appreciate living life in overdrive?
Absolutely, yeah.
It was unfortunate, however, that Siachen base camp and its surroundings are completely off limit to foreigners. Someday perhaps the conflict zone would no longer exist, and us Indians would be able to wander freely through the region as we do through the rest of Ladakh, taking along our guests, be they domestic or foreign. Now, however, while the Indian Army is trying to open up the region to visitors, foreigners are still prohibited from entering these areas. So sadly, we could not include Joe in the celebrations. It's Independence Day, and today we honor those who protect our right for freedom. We are here to honor our heroes. The early morning start from Sumur saw us drive past the tiny villages of Panamik, Sasoma and Varshi. Panamik is famous for its hot water springs, and until last year, it was the furthest you could travel on this road before the army stopped you. Now you can drive another 40 odd kilometers before you reach the checkpost at Varshi. Here on, there is no access allowed to civilians. However, our special permits meant we would be the first group ever in the history of Siachen to get an organized drive through the base camp and participate in their ceremonies. After arriving at the Siachen base camp with our mouths wide open, we were invited by the Maratha regiment to participate in a special flag hoisting ceremony conducted exclusively for our benefit. This was the first time the Independence Quattro Drive would stand shoulder to shoulder with the army and celebrate our country's Independence Day by raising the flag and singing the national anthem. What an honor and privilege.
Coming back here is coming back home. And as far as sentiments are concerned, I find troops are very high spirit. Only thing is, in Indian Army, this is not a forced army, this is not conscripted. It's a volunteer army. And everybody comes here, he comes at his own wish. And only thing they expect from the public and the society and the politician and anybody else is that the due respect has to be given back to the soldier.
To be at the Siachen Glacier Base Camp with the Indian Army, jointly hoisting the national tricolour, I think it was a sense of a lot of pride, and it gave me a feeling that I'm so happy to be part of India, where the Indian Army gives you so much security and keeps you so much safe that I can't express it in words.
Being at the base camp, and additional to that, being there on a Independence Day on August 15th for the flag hoisting. These many facts itself was something extraordinary for me, and I'm sure this is going to be one of a lifetime memory that I would carry.
After the flag hoisting, it was time to participate in yet another ceremony, one that is just as equally important to the Army as celebrating our Independence Day and significantly revered because it honors those soldiers who laid down their lives protecting our sovereignty and freedom at Siachen Glacier. These brave souls lost their lives combating not just the enemy but also nature. Along with the Army, the Independence Quattro Drive team members paid homage to these martyrs.
The wreath ceremony was another thing. I have never done this before, and I got the honor of marching with the Jawan in the white snow boots and white wind cheaters. It was such an experience, I can't tell you. Walking with them in unison and putting flowers in the war memorial, Siachen War Memorial, it was something else.
The conditions are really very challenging. On the posts, there are a lot of crevasses, there are a lot of avalanches which keep triggering every now and then. So soldiers have to negotiate these things, and then they have to carry on with their day-to-day activities, man the posts, and take care of the enemy also, so that he doesn't do anything funny. The temperatures in summers are somewhere around 0 to 5 degrees on the post, and in winters it goes up to minus 60 degrees. In fact, the lowest temperature which was recorded on one of the posts was minus 68 degrees, which is at about 19,500 in February. So that is the kind of temperatures that the troops have to cope up with. And to sustain those temperatures and those harsh conditions, the government is spending a lot on the clothing, a lot on the sustenance items which will help the troops to survive in these difficult conditions. There are three stages to the troops going into the post. Firstly, they have to acclimatize, then they have to train, and then they have to carry out the induction. So the training at the Siachen Battle School, it lasts for about 3 weeks, and then the induction, depending upon where they have to go. Accordingly, it has been planned for 2 to 3 days of induction at every post, and then he reaches the farthest post. So it is very well laid out, very systematically planned, so that the Jawan is properly acclimatized, properly trained before he is inducted into the glacier to face the conditions there. And Siachen Base Camp is the feeder to the troops on the post. It sends out rations, it sends out clothing, it sends out all the items required to negotiate crevasses, negotiate avalanches, basically survival on the top. So this is the feeder location for troops on the top.
Finally, it was our turn to carry out our traditions. Since 2013, the Live Life in Overdrive contingent has raised its own flag at each of its chosen destinations. And this year was not going to be any different, except our destination was extraordinary. Our flag was hoisted at the OP Baba Shrine, just a few meters short of the snout of the Siachen Glacier.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जया हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलति तिरंगा जब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जया हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जया हे जया हे जया हे जय 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 जया हे भारत माता की
I had goosebumps while the flag was hosting, and I sang my national anthem at the OP Baba Dargah, where many people of the army die They serve the country. 1,500 people plus stay at the Siachen glacier. It is mind-boggling, man. I can stay there for 2 days also. But they stay at the post for 3 months all together without chocolates and a little bit of food. It is life-changing, Go back to my Delhi also, I will respect them. My respect for them has increased. And I don't know, what do I say? It's amazing.
The moment we realized that civilians still are restricted at the Siachen base camp, and we would be probably less than maybe 2,000 individuals or civilians who've got to get there, really made us privileged. And on August 15th, phenomenal.
We are the first civilians to go to Siachen, and I am very proud to go there as an Indian. I am really proud to be there and celebrate Independence Day with the soldiers over there.
From Leh we went to Siachen, which was another amazing experience we had, and no civilians have been there till today. And it was an Independence Day flag hoisting which we saw, and which will be in my memory for, I don't know, till I live. And it's been an amazing experience till now.
मेरे लिए ये बहुत अलग एक एक्सपीरियंस था। शायद यहाँ पर बहुत कम लोगों को पता होगा कि मैंने 6 साल से ज़्यादा आर्मी में भी बिताए हैं, और ये मेरे बहुत क्लोज था। जिस तरह से मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया शायद, और जिस तरह से मैंने इसको देखा, जैसे फील किया, औरों ने शायद नहीं फील किया होगा और एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा। ये शायद ही किसी और सिविलियंस को ऐसे एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए मिलेगा कि 15 अगस्त के दिन हमारा झंडा है उसको फहराने का मौका मिलता है। इन सब जवानों के साथ में जो इतने एक्सट्रीम एनवायरनमेंट्स में यहाँ हमारे देश की रक्षा कर रहे हैं, और हमारे सब के लिए बहुत बड़े मान की बात है।
Siachen Glacier doesn't belong to me or to Indian Army. It belongs to India and to all Indians. It is very important they should come and see their own country, own property, own country where they think that what are they being fed by media or many other people or by foreign media, that what the reality is. They should come and see it on ground. I'm sure you as a civilian must have enjoyed coming here, and your perception of the Indian Army and defense of Siachen Glacier will change.
We started nearly 4 years ago, but finally now in 2016, we've made it to Siachen base camp. We began in 2013, sending all the permissions, requisitions to Northern Command, to the ministries, and finally this year, we at OVERDRIVE, the Live Life in OVERDRIVE experience, the team that is a part of OVERDRIVE for a week. Together we finally managed to hoist the Indian national flag at the snout of the Siachen glacier. What a sense of accomplishment. There wasn't a greater moment of pride, of honor that we felt when that flag was lifted off high up into the sky. I wonder what our next high will be.